Hey guys, I'm Janet, on occasion, and today I'm playing the Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. So, as you can see, greenskins. This is another community cast sent by profpwn, and it's the most trolley build. I've had to keep it paused because of, Vanguard shenanigans, because greenskins. So, here you got some Night Goblin Archers, we've got the 8-peak Loonies, we've got the Warlords Boys, we've got Night Goblin Archers back here as well, just basically a lot of Night Goblins, but also a load of nasty Skulkers, and they are chevroned up a lot, so that actually puts their stats fairly high. So you've got 29 and 21, obviously they got the good armor piercing, and they do actually get a bonus if they're winning the fight. So very opportunistic, very cool. And with these kind of shenanigans, they'll often be winning fights because there's just so much backup. So yeah, they're pretty formidable, and smoke bombs are going to be really useful. So also, more nasty Skulkers actually over there. Rusty arrows, you can see we'll get to that. He's got some more Night Goblin Archers. He's got the Death Creepers. He's got a Night Goblin. Sorry, not Night Goblin. Goblin Big Boss. He's got the Hammer of Gork. It's looking pretty good. Oh, and yeah, Major Marauders. Did I go over them already? More Night Goblins. There's stuff everywhere. Okay, now over here, more Night Goblins, more nasty Skulkers. Way over here, he's got Night Goblin Squig Hoppers and Durkit Squigs. And the High Elves, so you can see they got some Dragon Princes, nicely hidden in these forests, very sneaky. Also some more units in here. He's got Spearmen and he's got Archers. So this is pretty good. So he defends the Archers, and the Archers can get good shots, and obviously you can't just charge into them here. You've got to go around, so the Spearmen should guard them pretty well. Also he's got some more Archers up there, so again, just useful to have them up there. Also in the back, more Archers, all very vulnerable here. It's not low than sea guard, so yeah, they're not going to be able to fend off people in melee so easily. But it is good to have that missile fire against such a low armoured, force. But he does have a load of white lines of trace. They obviously have the missile resistance, which is quite useful, but they are basically there for taking out Black Orcs, and there are no Black Orcs. Also, he's got some more Spearmen. He's got a Mage of Life, and he's got Tyrion. So Tyrion, he could potentially get thousands of kills here, because yeah, you can basically, with the Sunfang, you can basically just take out an entire unit of goblins. You can just erase them. So if there's a load of units on top of each other, they will all die with a single cast. It's fantastic. Sunfang is great for unarmoured units like this. Also over here, he's got some more Dragon Princes, and he's got some Illyrian Reaver Archers hidden back here. So pretty cool. So let's speed it up and see what happens. So let's see. I'm going to have to zoom out and see what moves first. So front line. Okay, so we've got some manoeuvring here. So I think yeah, Rusty Arrows are going to try and get out of the way of these guys, because yeah, that is definitely a good thing to target early, the Rusty Arrows. The Dragon Prince is going to be coming in the back here, so this is actually pretty good for the Elves. But over here, just some cheap units, Night Goblins, fighting the Dragon Princes. They will hold them off for a little while, but again, a lot of them are going to die. So getting some Archer Fire here. Unfortunately, Morgrove's Major Marauders, they're taking a lot of arrow fire, and they will lose that. So a load of units coming in here to face off against the front line. So all things considered, it's looking pretty rough for the Goblins. Oh, and there we go, Sunfang. But, oh, that missed, didn't it? That just scraped the back of them. If he'd cast it here, straight across, forget the Spearman, who cares? He could have done so much more damage. That's really unfortunate. But they just managed to push in enough. So here you can see a lot of arrow fire, now focused on the Illyrian Reavers, and on the Dragon Princes. I'm pretty sure they got smoke bombed by the nasty Skulkers, which slowed them down enough to catch up to them again, which is pretty great. So yeah, the Illyrian Reavers going to be the first, sort of first victim to these goblin antics. Over here, Spearmen starting to take a little bit of damage. The White Lions starting to take a little bit of damage, but a lot of dead goblins right now, and the Shaman is very, very injured as well. So back here, Dragon Prince is still fighting without any problems, but Durkit Squigs and the Squig Hoppers did charge in the back here, and they've almost wiped out some Spearmen, which is pretty impressive for, Squig Hoppers, essentially cavalry, right? But with that anti-infantry, they will deal with Spearmen pretty well with the two of them, which is very impressive. So over here, oh yes, these Dragon Princes, they got Smoke Bomb now. You can see they got the charge bonus and speed down, and Dragon Princes have got such a good charge bonus. So to lose 76% of it is insane. That is such a debuff for them. And the speed means that just these goblins can catch them. And with all this focus fire, including the Rusty Arrows, so let's see their stats right now. So obviously crazy low leadership, but only 80 armor now. So that's pretty great. Their speed has gone back up to 60, but yeah, they would have been going very slow. So over here, Tyrion's getting in the thick of things, dealing with these Night Goblin Archers. All the infantry did come back, and they're still fighting these Spearmen. Over in the back line, the Squig Hopper's having a great time. Over on this side, you can see the other Dragon Princes have come in. So I'm pretty sure these guys are going to get smoke bombed as soon as they try to run away. Dirkit Squigs, anti-infantry, but they are armor piercing, so they will do some good damage. You know, getting some good archer fire on these guys. And now there's more Night Goblins surrounding them. But with the armor piercing and the nasty Skulkers, they get great value here. So that is insane. So Earthblood goes down on them, but they're completely surrounded here. So they might not come back. They might get shattered here. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty insane. Just deleting Dragon Princes with Goblins. You don't expect that. So here you can see the Death Creepers. They're surrounding Tyrion. They will be poisoning him, so they will lower his mobility, and the archers can get involved. So that's pretty great. Over here, Morgrow's Mangy Marauders are on the warpath. Over here you can see there's one healthy unit of archers left. These spearmen are still fighting these 3 units of goblins, as they seem to have been doing for the entire time. Earthblood keeping them in check, you know. And yeah, some more archers are coming back. There's some more units coming back. And yes, those Dragon Princes did indeed shatter, which is a little bit insane. So now Tyrion is getting focus fired by a lot of archers, and he does not have a lot of defense actually on that horse. He gets hit pretty good, you know, by any sort of goblin goon squad. So if we look at his stats quickly, so armor down to 95, which is pretty high, but still lower than it should be. And he's still got crazy melee attack and melee defense, but against all that archer fire and surrounded by all that armor piercing, it's rough. So Tyrion now is going to get chased off by a Goblin Big Boss, which I think is phenomenally funny. So still a lot of white lions left. These guys are going to be tough to take down. So for the most part, Professor Bones just ignored them, which is very amusing. Here, some unbreakable 8-peak loonies. They're running around. They're going to try and get into these archers again. They could be chased by these white lions, but they don't care. They'll just keep charging. So Goblins being chased off, unfortunately, by that Life Wizard, but that's fine. So some Goblins coming in. I think they're going to go for those archers. Oh no, they're going for the Spearmen, I think. So Hammer and Gork has been firing at everything the entire time, and still hasn't been shut down. You know, all that cavalry in the back just got wrapped up so easily. So the Hammer and Gork is now getting charged on. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, here we go, Death Creepers. They're going to come in and make sure that they don't get to the catapult. Over here, load of focus fire on the White Lions. Smoke bomb, which means that, you know, it's going to take a long time for them to actually reach the archers that are shooting them. So again, great use of the smoke bomb. I just love that, the delaying tactics. Like when you got such a skirmishy, crazy army like this, just having loaded nasty Skulkers, even if they're not in engagements where they can really kill anything, though that armor piercing does help them against things like the High Elves that have got quite a lot of armor generally. It's just great. It's just fantastic to smoke bomb people, and you can just shoot at them with your Goblin firing squads. It's so funny to have all this Vanguard antics. I mean, this battle started straight away. But it looked bad for the Goblins at first, but there's just so many of them, and they always come back, and yeah, it's mad. So here you can see a load of units just returned, including the Rusty Arrows. So here, Goblin Big Boss attacking the White Lions here. So they do have poison attacks, so they are actually going to slow these guys down. So their speed is going to go down to 26, which is almost nothing. So that's fantastic. So now these guys are so slow that they can just get shot, and they're not going to be able to do anything about it. So again, just using poison to slow things down as well, it's beautiful. So the Rusty Arrows are getting shot at here, so he's trying to get them into the trees so they don't get picked off by these archers. Over here you can see those spearmen did get wrapped up by the Death Creepers. Very well, actually. They did a great job there. Impressive. I guess they just didn't have much leadership anyway, so that poison and everything, it just hit them too hard. So there we go, those White Lions are basically gone. These Night Goblins managed to finish off this other unit. So now I think he's just got the archers and the wizard, and this incredibly haggard unit of spearmen. And look, how many goblins are left? It's ridiculous. That one's run out of ammo, but still. So sundering the armor of archers, not totally necessary, but you know, it kills them, so who cares, right? So I'm pretty sure there's another smoke bomb. Yeah, another smoke bomb went down. At this point he quits. A life mage and, you know, like 20 spearmen aren't really gonna cut it. Yeah, so Pyrrhic victory. But my god, this is just beautiful goblin play right here. It's absolutely wonderful. I mean, Tyrion probably could have done a bit better. I think just that initial Sunfang just being on the edge of the units, he could have got so much value out of that. That would have been a massive amount of infantry. That was 3 units stacked on top of each other. So I mean, get rid of 3 units straight away. Obviously it wasn't those 3, I don't know which 3 it was, but get rid of 3 units straight away and you're gonna have an easier time of things. But those Dragon Princes just got demolished. I mean, yeah, 134 kills, but they were 134 kills that Professor Pawn didn't care about, you know? They were just goblins, right? I mean, look at the size of this army, 1,600. It's ridiculous. Like, how often do you see an army this size? It's only with this goblin nonsense. So I absolutely love it, but I feel so sorry for Pimpfi here, because there's nothing that can prepare you for, you know, just crazy mass goblins. It is terrifying. I wouldn't want to fight it, I'll put it that way. But yeah, I mean, some pretty good engagements early on, but the Greenskins have just got so much to capitalise on here. They just turn around so many of their archers, which they have so many. They've got all these really mobile units that can get, you know, into places to plug up gaps. The nasty skulkers, they get charged in on and get really damaged, but a smoke bomb means that they're not going to run onto the next target. So suddenly, you know, those cycle charging dragon princes aren't cycle charging. So they just get shot to pieces. It's phenomenal. I find it really amusing. So I'm really glad that Professor Pone sent me this, because it's pretty masterful. And if you watch a lot of Turin's channel, Professor Pone often tries to stream snipe him. He's insanely good at that. So he's always managing to get, you know, matched up in quick battles when Turin's streaming. So this guy, he's a professional troll. So yeah, you don't have much hope when he brings out the big guns, the goblins. So I love it. So guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.